Oh wait, okay, I'm trying to be funny and do a cutesy funny thing real quick. What? Let's do Oscar, please. All right. So, is vertical working? I think it is working. And is not vertical working? Yeah, I can't see it yet. Because, I am a perfect streamer that makes no mistakes. Yes. Wisdom. Truth. Pain. Bad. Only prescription meds around here. Alright. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. Oh no. Bada bada bada. I might have to learn how to combine multiple chats for myself going forward. And I realize, yep, okay, I think we're. How did it go left category? Okay. Let's see which one's which. Okay, and this one should be the other one. You're not a shiny. Let's hurt a bit though. Where's the pop out for chats? Pop out chat. Okay. You here? And then we pop out the other chat. Pop out other chat. Put you here. And then we come up here. And there we go. So, yesterday, what did we do? So, we went to a anime convention, and guess what was not anime convention? It was a small art expo. Now, to clarify, it was very, very nice, wholesome art, but, was not anything that was like, oh, damn it, sorry. I'm going a little crazy right now. Everything hurts a little bit. It was not anything that was like, over the top or nothing. We weren't allowed to take any pictures. The art was very, very nice, and I wish I could have taken a picture for the road of some of the stuff, but I get it. You know, the artists are like, hey, I do this stuff, can't take a picture of my stuff. Dude, there was a surprising amount of pictures of people on toilet seats, like taking a dump. Obviously there was Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan 3 versions of Goku, and then there's some of Vegeta here and there. I really like the one of Brook, because it's like, he's a skeleton, what is he doing on the toilet? And it's a classic, you know, Brook joke, it feels like. I have to be careful. I need to keep talking, because I need to strengthen my mouth muscles, but I have to be careful, because much pain from Wisdom Tooth equals much pain. But I have some soft-served ice cream, soft-served. Balup says hi. Howdy, Balup. Welcome, you're on YouTube chat. Welcome on in. Wow, damn, I'm getting someone on YouTube chat before I get someone on Twitch chat. I'm not even... Are you on the vertical or the horizontal live stream? Because, I don't... This is my first time having a 3-way multi-stream. Oh, man. Okay. Because usually, I only stream the Twitch, but recently I figured out how to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and if I'm doing it right, the stream should be going normal, like, you know, big screen to Twitch to YouTube, and horizontally and vertically to YouTube. But I have never played Pokemon X. We're playing on a real DS right now. On my birthday, I dropped a little bit of extra cash, and I saved up from working, and I got myself a modded 3DS so I can play these games authentically and just screen record it instead of having a camera on top of it. And yeah, that's the dealio that we got going on right now. But while we were coming through here, and this was like maybe a month ago plus now, but they were like, our chat was just like, hey, you wouldn't leave the starting area till you get a shiny, and it's like, guess what? Screw off. We won't progress the game until we get a shiny. Technically, we don't have to catch it. We have to see one. Implied that we catch it though. That's the dealio that's going on. And I gotta be honest, Mr. Ballop, I have no idea if you followed or if you gave a like. I can't see those statistics on my screen, but thank you for swinging on by. That is what I can tell you right here, right now. And that my wisdom tooth still hurts a lot. Or the lack of a wisdom tooth in that socket is what hurts a lot. And so I'm gonna eat a little bit of cold ice cream real quick to try and rectify this blunder. Doo-doo. Okay. Oh. There we go. Honestly, out of we've probably had a couple hundred encounters, and this is the game where we went from 8,000 to 4,000. So our odds have doubled essentially. So we just gotta get lucky, you know. Dude, the shiny Pidgey is the first Pokemon I ever found authentically on my Pokemon Leaf Green, and if we encountered one, I would be so happy. You know, I do the science every time, but I get nervous. Let's go ahead and just look at what my weakest attack is. Summary. Okay. 40, 30, 40, 40. Okay. Lick does 30. And then this is... Okay, then we got physical and special attack. Both do the same amounts right now. Lick is my weakest move. Then there's the water attack. And then... Okay, quick and pound both do the same amount. Water, this also the same amount, but... Okay. Damn. I'm too strong, man. I'm way too strong. Lick is my weakest attack I got. I don't think it works on Pidgey though, because Pidgey's a normal type, right? It's not how the science is. Cat. My cats are meowing. They're not in the cat camp spot though. If they do go to the cat camp spot, I'll put on the cat cam for everyone. Scratching you in real life. Let's pretend you're a Pokemon. I'm scratching you. You know what I mean? Alright. Oh yeah, so we went to the thing. There was so many different pictures. They were so well made. There was one of Roger before, like when he's up for his execution, that was hand painted, dude. And there were so many canvases that obviously there's original, and then they made a bunch of prints of it over, but they were done very, very well. And like they were on the canvases, they were like 195 or sort of super duper big one, 295. But the quality of them, okay, damn, talking hurts, man. That's not fun. But the quality of them, absolutely phenomenal. And if I was rich, I would definitely buy some. But we are not rich. I was like, this is not in the budget to get anything, unfortunately. And you know what else isn't in the budget? Even my mouth hurts right now talking. But I need to exercise my jaw muscles, and other than just doing things, talking is the way, unfortunately. Okay. Tomorrow should hurt less than today. Doesn't mean it will. Just that it should. Oh, Amelia's in the area with the cat cam. We can turn the cat cam on, folks, if anyone wants to see the little kitty kitties. Oh. we are eating a little more ice cream. Okay. I see it. We got a lot of notifications going. We're so popular. We're so popular. We're really damn popular. Okay. I don't have a beverage with me. I just have ice cream. Oh well. You want some, you lose some, right? Okay. I wonder who Mr. Ballop is. I wonder if they popped and said hi and then just left, or if they're lurking about just because I can't see my YouTube statistics. I can only see Twitch statistics, and now I have YouTube chats popped out. Dude, what if he's a bot account and he gives me like 4,000 downloads? I'd be like, damn, that's a lot of engagement for someone of my size. What's the downloads? Damn. Okay. Something about an injection. No. Oh, yeah. So we're looking at the art. Dude, there was a table of hand-painted images. Let me elaborate. There was a stack of the same image on top of the same image. You know, like, oh, okay, so they painted one. No. No. The one under it, almost identical, but you can see the differences. The one under that one, almost identical, but you can see the differences. The quality, like, they were each like 125 bucks each. And the quality and time put into these were so insane. And I'm like, damn, I can't afford it, but I understand why some art costs as much as it does. And props out to I hope that they made their money's worth, man. Because obviously, I imagine being an artist, like, I imagine in the intermediary, it's hard to, you know, make a living. You know what I mean? Alright. But amidst all the wisdom tooth pain, we're trying to get a shiny. That's what our prerogative is. Because if we get a shiny, we're allowed to continue the game. I hope it's a Pidgey, but we'll take anything that's not normal. But if it's a Zagoon, that'll be like, oh well. Guess we gotta have a Linoon for the rest of the playthrough. Okay. I'm going crazy right now, boys. I'm going crazy. We're losing it. We're losing it, boys and girls. We're losing it so much that we're gonna stick it to the man. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick it to the man. Okay. What time is it? It's 7 something. Oh, but because my wisdom tooth hurts much, this seemed like a good time to finally play some Pokemon. Dude, earlier this week we beat Resident Evil on stream. I'm so glad I'm never going to play that game again. Beat Resident Evil 4. And yeah, I'm glad that I'm free from that life and I don't have to go back to it. That was a huge thing to get off my mental, man. Okay. For science, I want to see, will Lick kill you? Or does it even work on you? It doesn't kill. Obviously, it would kill, but that's for science. That's all I needed to know. If that killed. Okay. I feel kind of gross. Because, I don't know, the way I move my mouth, I guess I'm getting more stuff on the outside of my lips than I usually do. But that is besides the point. As long as I'm not giving unhealthy pressures, we should be vibing. But, yeah, so went to the art expo. So much art. So much art was just out and about. And it was very, very nice art. I wish I had the money to splurge on it. And my buddy's like, dude, you need to put more stuff on your background, especially for your stream. So I was like, dude, this is not in the budget. It's not in the budget. I'm trying to eat stuff to help with the pain. Okay. So, well, we thought it would be like a 6-hour event. We were only there for like 40 minutes, if that. And we're like, okay, you know, do we just go to a mall or something? Do we dip out? Like, what should we do? And then we were in Arlington, Virginia, and I was like, hey, I've never been to Arlington Cemetery. How close is that? And as you know, an American, especially as a military dude, it just felt like something I should go do. And they're like, oh yeah, it's just a couple miles down the road. And I was like, can we go? And they're like, sure, yeah, let's go. And some good news, I guess. It's not good news, but some of the people that I've lost doing this little thing here and there, we like found a place to look up names. For none of them are there, so it was kind of nice to know that even though I don't know where they're laid to rest necessarily at this moment, I know they're not in Arlington. That's a big one, so that crosses that off the list. I did end up visiting quite a few, not quite a few, but like while walking around, if I saw a grave said MIA or POW, and it was especially during a time period where SEER School didn't exist yet, I definitely found myself visiting those graves and like just kneeling by them for a little bit, just being like, damn it, because like the training I've went through for the scenarios that the MIA guys, we can't confirm, but they probably found themselves in those scenarios. Not that going through the training means you'll perfectly get out of it, but I have a better chance than they do because I've been prepared for the scenario, and it just weighs heavy on the soul. I will say, next time I go back, there are the 13 victims from the 2021 airport explosion in Afghanistan. 3 of them are laid to rest at Arlington, so if I do make my way back there sometime, I will go pay my respects to them. And I'll leave a quarter at their graves, unlike the penny that usually, because a penny just means that, you know, you're paying your respects. A quarter means you're there. Well, a quarter means you were there when they died, or they were someone you knew. You were there in your last moments, or like you were in the same unit with them, or something like that. And I was in the we were in the same unit overarching as we were in the same 82nd. We're in the same division. But I mean, all the medical supplies that they had, which obviously didn't make their way to them, I'm the one who literally was organizing and packing it up to send it down to them. So I was definitely, even though thousands of miles away, directly involved in processes that involved them. So I'll make sure I bring some quarters next time I go back. But yeah, so we went to the art expo. A lot of fictional characters pooping on toilets. Very, very funny. Brooke was definitely the one that I liked the most to see. Wish I could have taken pictures, but I get the artists want to hold on to their integrity of their works and don't want stuff leaking, that they don't want those images out there that they work their asses off on. But and then yeah, I went to Arlington, and I'm a somber moment for me. One thing did annoy me a bit. I realize I'm a crusty old man already. Obviously, it's Arlington Cemetery. Everyone here is a buried vet or a spouse of a buried vet. Someone that gave their life for this country one way or another, you know? Whether you agree with everything or not, they're dead. They didn't come back home. And it's so we could, even though America sucks, we got a lot of issues, you know? We're doing better. We're doing better than the British, I can tell you that, you know? And the amount of people that were there, and it just seemed like they're looking at it like as a spectacle. I don't know. I didn't like it. Like, I know in my brain, just like you don't need to be crying at every gravesite or like laughing. Like crying or laughing isn't necessarily wrong, because like it's like did these thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people that gave their lives. Did they all die just so you cry for the rest of your days? No. I don't like, you know, you want people to be happy and laugh and all that. And there's nothing wrong with laughing, but just the amount of people that, like, I don't know, they were there and it was just like, I don't know. Arlington, to me, it doesn't feel like it should be like a tourist trap. Like, it should be a place you go to pay your respects and to acknowledge the fallen. And I don't know, the amount of people, and I get there's like some school trip thing that was definitely going on there, and I get the cool factor, I guess, for the school being like, oh, let's bring this historical thing and show off whatever, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just salty. But I went up, we saw the exchange for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and all that good stuff. And dude, like I go up there and I stand off to the side. And I'm standing the whole time, you know, respectfully. I'm just shutting up and watching. And all the people there are sitting. And then the dude comes up and changes like, all right, everyone, stand up. And everyone's like, oh no, I should be standing up. And then they, you know, they initiate the thing. And then everyone's instantly like, oh, I gotta get right up to the line. Gotta get up to the fence. I gotta take my phone out. Gotta record this and take all these pictures. And in my mind, I'm like, I want all of you guys to just shut the hell up. Just stand there. Like, you all of you don't need a personal video of this. Like, you can find videos of this online. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess it's fine. But it was just annoying that, like, obviously the tradition is so people can see it, but it's to honor those that, you know, no one will ever know about. And just seeing everyone just being like, oh yep, this is my spectacle that I gotta record on my phone. And I'm like, dude, these are dead people. These not just ordinary, like anyone's dead person, but like these are people that have been lost forever. And it's just like, can't you just respect them? Like, why does your phone need to be out? You know, like, let the people on the side of the pro cameras, there's already footage of this, like, your footage isn't going to be any different. And then after, like, they finish the exchange, and then, like, the next dude's out for the hour block, or however long their blocks are. I think if the temperature gets hot enough or cold enough, they do the switches more often. But, like, the second, like, it quote-unquote ends, even though it technically never ends, the crowd starts being super noisy. And then, like, you know, I see the dude, the soldier, like, the dude, like, moves, and he gets in his position, and he's like, hey, like, he says it, I forget the exact verbiage he used, but he's like, hey, everyone shut the hell up. Like, he doesn't say it like that, he obviously has his professional verbiage of, like, hey, you know, maintain a courteous tone at all times, or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, like, dude, and then everyone's like, oh, I better walk off now, you know, don't want to get yelled at by the army guy. And I'm just like, dude, all of you guys are being pieces of poop. Just like, I don't know, man. There was like some mom and dad that were up by the fence, and their two kids were like back to the right, like to the right. Like I was out of the way. They were standing like somewhere to the right behind me, and those two kids get mumbling like, "Why are we here? This is so stupid. This is so embarrassing." Like, because they didn't want to be up by, and their parents kept calling them over, and eventually their mom walked over and brought them up during like everything. And in my mind, I had several thoughts going on. One of them's like, dude, the kids don't want to be up there, and you're trying to force them up there. I get that you're trying to show some lesson to them, but they're not gonna get it just by forcing you to watch them from up there. And it's just like, your focus here shouldn't be getting your kids to like see every moment of this exchange. Like, they're already back there. Yeah, you don't like the fact they're back there, but like, this isn't. I just wish everyone would have just been quiet and just seen the exchange, and then quietly been there, standing up the whole time, not sitting down, pending anyone in a wheelchair. I don't know. I'm surprised how much respect I have for the military, because I'm in it. I'm in the army. I hate the army. That's not a secret. I trash on it all the time. But I guess compared to the average civilian of zero experience, like I guess I respect it more than they do, which pisses me off, because I hate this place. I want it to burn, but like, respect the fallen. Like, damn, man. Like, that's the thing that gets me depressed, is the lives I couldn't save that aren't here anymore. Like, that's the stuff that keeps me up at night. And that's the stuff that like has me in therapy. Is, you know, there are people we've lost that I unfortunately was without my with not within my scope, and I desperately wish that they could still be here. And I blame the army on their deaths every day. So yeah, I don't know, man. Well, I guess I know that's how I feel all about it. And I do feel that I'm not getting any shiny luck, and I also have no idea how many things we got going on here. And to anyone in any situation, I hope that you're doing all right. Um. Okay, I'm fine. We're good. We're chilling. Big chilling. Small chilling. Medium chilling. Hey, it's Unicorn. You missed so much story time, man. All right. If you can't read or not, my wisdom tooth hurts a lot. I take the pain meds, but it still hurts. You come here for the Gengar. Yep, you are the Gengar. But here's the poopsicle. Even though I take my pain meds, it still hurts. Why does it? Why does it still hurt? I don't know if you remember, but we're not allowed to leave the starting area until we get a shiny. Technically, we don't have to catch a shiny. We have to see a shiny. It is implied that I'll catch a shiny though. But here, I will tell it story time. Because even though mouth hurts, I need to exercise my mouth so that way I have less pain going forward forever and ever and ever. Dude, I took 4 wisdom teeth in one time. Hey, that means you were in more pain than I am. I just had 1 removed because my first one was removed in 2023, and now I've had 1 removed 3 days ago. But without the pain meds, I would not be streaming right now. But I will probably keep doing them ones off here and there. But oh yeah, so yesterday, dude, yesterday I didn't have any oxy, and even though it's not as bad as 4 wisdom teeth at once, you know, I needed some pain meds, man. So like I ended up calling like the 24-hour line and being like, dude, I cannot focus on anything. I woke up from the pain from sleep, like, and it's not, you know, I was sure I woke up really early in the morning because of the pain, like, and I'm glad they gave me 5 oxy. Obviously not an amount to do anything stupid with, but an amount to help ride me out for when I needed it. And I think I have 2 more oxy remaining, which I'm hoping I'll definitely need one of them tonight to sleep, and I'm really hoping I don't need it in the morning. And even though I'm talking a lot, I'm actually not opening my mouth as widely as I usually do. So you know, we're in that fair middle ground right now. But oh yeah, so yesterday, aside from that, we went to an art expo. Anime, there's like a cosplay contest, some other stuff. It was advertised as like a really big event. So we're like, hell yeah, let's go check this thing out. And then I go check it out. And got to be honest, very small event, very small event. Not a lot of meat and potatoes, small amount of potatoes and like a piece of meat. It was cool what was there. There, like, I wasn't allowed to take pictures. That was like the big thing, because obviously the artists want to protect the art that they worked their asses off for. But there was a lot of fictional characters, anime and superhero, just sitting on toilets, taking a poop, taking a dump. That was definitely the popular trend, which it was pretty funny. I will be honest, it was pretty funny. Brooke was my favorite one I think I saw. But there's these canvases, man, and obviously only one, like most of the canvases weren't the OGs anymore. It was image someone else already made that they had put onto the canvases. But like, there's this giant one of Roger before he gets executed that looks so good, but it's like 195 bucks, and the super gigantic one was 295, and I'm like, yep, that's not in the budget. Nothing was in the budget. I'll be honest. Until I get paid, none of that was in the budget, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to financially support them, other than I guess advertising it to my friends that I brought with me who did get 2 things. So I guess I made some money off them. But there was this one table that a lot of them were prints. Like there was an original, and then there's a print, and it was either like an acrylic print or just a plain print. There was a table that was just hand painted. And what I mean by that is there was a stack of the same image on top of the same image. And you're like, oh, so one of them was hand painted, the rest of them were copies. No. You look at the one on top, and you can feel the paint marks. You go to look at the one beneath of it, and it's the same image, but slightly different, and you can visually see the differences. And so, like, there were just so many and all the hand-painted ones were like 125. And I'm like, yeah, the level of quality and the in-depthness to this is absolutely ludicrous, man. The quality of the work. I wish I was well off. Now, even if I did buy the canvas and I put it up, my cats would probably ruin it. But if we ignore that detail, phenomenal art. Like, it was so beautiful, man. Absolutely stunning. And it made me wish I was rich so I could support people like this. Unfortunately, that is not me at this time. And so after this, you know, we walk around. My buds go get some food, and then they're like, "What are you gonna eat?" I'm like, "Dude, it hurts so much I can't eat anything." And like, I tried chewing a piece of gum to drive out to meet them, and it was so bad. Right now I'm eating small amounts of ice cream. I'm gonna get a little bit in my mouth right now. All right. Oh, hey!
Hello.
Hello!
What's going on?
I'm, streaming Pokemon.
Oh, good.
I'm also, I'm also multi-streaming 3 ways.
What's that?
And I think it's working, but it's hard for me to live confirm that. So I'm streaming to Twitch, obviously. That I'm multi-streaming to YouTube horizontal and YouTube vertical.
Oh, okay.
So if it's working properly, my stream should be normal horizontal and should be in the shorts or vertical feed. I don't know. I mean, they both say they're live.
Yeah, I see them both here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you see both of them?
On your main homepage.
Can you send me a screenshot from your view? Because obviously I have my parent view.
In the future... Oh. Hold on. You might be able to view this through incognito mode or like an logged in browser.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? There you are.
Oh yeah, but I was saying that I was talking to chat and saying that I went to Art Expo yesterday. Okay. Alright. Look at how live I am. I'm so live. But
You're breathing, your pulse is going, a nice BPM of 22. That's better than last week.
What? BPM? What is a BPM?
BPM, your heart rate.
Of 22, that's not a lot.
It's better than what you had before.
I don't. What was I at? 20?
Ooh, is it Ultra Kill trailer? Hello. Hold on, give me a minute 25.
Yeah,
How do
I get it. I get it. We understand. Oh, that's not. Oh no. Sorry, everybody. I need a second. Okay, we're good. I have my chats back up. Okay. So, oh yeah. Damn it. Not a shiny. So, oh yeah. So, we're looking at the Art Expo, doing all that stuff. Some very beautiful images. I did get a free print from the front that they gave out. It's a Blastoise Pokédex entry. That's hand coolness. And oh yeah, but the art table, so yeah, they're all hand painted, all identical, but slightly you can see the differences. Like they're all individually painted images. It's not just a print over and over. Very pricey, very expensive, very beautiful. And we have bad RNG at Pokemon. Okay, I'm gonna go put the ice cream away because even though eating it's been helping me, I obviously can't just live off ice cream. And I think I've had enough to where my gut is telling me to not have any more. So everybody, I am going to pray a 1 minute ad break. So go get some water, and because I'm going to go put my thing away and get water. Okay, everybody, I will be right back. Thank you so much for the cool factors that you guys are. We'll be right back, everybody.
Bye bye. Peace. Peace.
All right, we're back in Adam.
Hello.
Oh yeah, because I need to keep talking so that way I have mouth jaw movement. That way I'm exercising my jaw. So that way my jaw muscles don't become stagnant. Okay. Oh yeah, so so I went to the art expo yesterday. Me and my buds thought it was like it was advertised art expo plus like anime stuffs. And so we're like, oh, Anime Con. Cool, let's go there. We'll spend 6 hours there. It was not a 6-hour event. It was one for an anime convention, small room, for a normal room, big room. It was one big room of art, which was very cool. They had a very strict no pictures policy, so obviously no pictures. But very cool art. A lot of anime and superheroes and Nintendo characters drawn sitting on toilets, pooping. That was very popular.
What?
Yeah. My
You're gonna frame that on your wall.
My favorite one I saw was Brooke, cause it's like he doesn't need a toilet. He doesn't use the bathroom.
Just laughing.
That was my personal favorite one I saw. But yeah, so many. But there was these canvases of they're like $195 and $295. So they're, obviously outside the budget. There's this big canvas and then this giant canvas of Gold Roger, like right before he gets executed. That I was like, damn, if I was rich, I would buy this right now. Like it looked phenomenal. But I didn't buy anything because not in the budget, unfortunately. But very impressive art, ranging from just like ordinary prints to canvases to acrylic. But my favorite table I saw was they were paintings, like on paper, like paintings on paper, and like you might think that it's like a painting and a print underneath because they all look like the same picture, but when you look at the copies underneath, they're actually painted as well. Like it's not a one for one. It looks very similar, but when you actually compare the images in the stack, they were all slightly different because the dude painted like the damn near identical thing again and again and again, which is why each of those quote unquote, which is why each of those paintings were like 195 or yeah 125 each, because obviously every single one's its own image, even though they all look identical. They're not when you actually look at the strokes, and you can feel the strokes. So
That's
those were
crazy.
the quality's phenomenal, but not within the budget. That's not a shiny Pokemon. My nose is so itchy all of a sudden. What did I do? Okay.
What do we do?
Use this to scratch my face. Oh yeah, but so because we thought this was gonna be like a 6-hour event, so we're in Fairfax, Virginia, and it's like, well, this is not a 6-hour event. We're there for maybe 40 minutes. And I wish I could have bought stuff. It just wasn't economically viable for me. And so it was like, hey, I was like, hey, we're in Arlington, Virginia. I've never been to Arlington Cemetery. That feels like a place I should visit, you know? Regardless of my occupation, but because of my occupation, I definitely have more of a desire to go there than if I didn't, I bet. And I was like, how far are we at? To my buzz I was with. And they're like, oh, we're only a couple miles. And I was like, all right, let's go. And they're like, yeah, let's go. And I went there. And there were 5 names that I like looked up in a directory when we got there to see if they were there. It's like, it's kind of a good thing that they weren't there. Like, it's not a good thing because, like, well, my thing is I didn't know where they were, where the 5 people I knew, I didn't know where they were laid to rest. And I at least I now know that they're not laid the rest at Arlington, because Arlington's like, you know, the biggest military you know, grave place, like at least an individual one. So I at least know my 5 homies they're not laid the rest at Arlington, which that means that they were either that essentially just means that they had someone that wanted them to be laid somewhere else, which is a good thing that they had someone, because Arlington's where you go. Well, you could request it, but usually if you're laid at Arlington, it's because, you know, no one reached out to have you laid somewhere else. Or, I mean, you didn't have anywhere else to be laid. Not always, but that is often, sometimes what it means. So we ended up just walking about, and I will be honest, I didn't expect to care so much, or, like, I guess respond the way I responded, but while walking, just because the place is, you know, massive, I saw a grave that said POW, you know, prisoner of war. And then, you know, because of the training I've been through, that definitely struck a chord. You know, I walk up to the grave and, you know, I read over his name and all that good stuff. And then I see the year, and it's just like, damn, this person, like, not that if Seer School existed back then, they would have necessarily made it. But it's just like, damn, like, the training to prevent the scenario, or at least minimize the chances, and if it does happen, get you out of the scenario, just didn't exist. It just didn't exist. And then the one next to it was also POW, and I was like, same boat for him. And then one a couple graves up was MIA. And from the time period, MIA doesn't mean you were POW, but especially if you were in Korea or Vietnam, I mean, you could have just died in an explosion and no one found you. But there was a good chance that they were also a prisoner of war that just never got found, or made it back. And I don't know. I ended up spending a decent amount of time at those graves, just looking at the years, counting up how old they were when they probably got drafted based on the timelines. And yeah, I don't know. I tried to pay my respects. One thing that I'm surprised how much it annoyed me, or that it was even an issue for me, is, now to clarify, you know, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to cry, because, you know, the people, you know, someone being dead is sad, but also, you know, everyone that fought for this nation in one way or another and gave their life for it, like, they didn't give their life so we cry every day in remembrance of them, you know? That's why we blow stuff up on the 4th of July. Have a good old time. But, I don't know, the amount of people that were there at Arlington that didn't seem to be there to, like, pay respects they were just there to look at it as like a tourist attraction. It really pissed me off.
That's so interesting you're talking about this. I was I mean, this is like probably like a weird segue, but Northern Lion was at like I was watching a video, but I'm literally like 30 minutes ago or something when I was doing stuff. He was talking about how he was like at a Dole factory. They make like pineapples, and he wanted to learn about like the horrible treatment that like the workers had there all those years ago, right? But everyone around just seemed to be there as like a tourist attraction, like dicking around. He also went to like I think like
I'm not familiar with
some sort of
Dole.
DOLE. I think they make like fruit, like canned pineapple, I think is one of their products. I don't really know what they do, but apparently they've had some fucked up history.
Okay.
He also went to like a World War One or World War Two history museum, I think it was. Oh no, I think it was Vietnam. And he was talking about how there are these people like pretending to like there's like this fighter plane you could sit in, and people were like taking pictures, like, oh look, I'm flying the the fighter plane. And they were like, no one was taking it very seriously. It's like, where's the vibes? What's going on here? Why is everyone treating it like this? And yeah, like it's like I've definitely seen stuff like that too. It's been a little while since I've been in a museum. I remember people just like not really soaking in the environment they're in, you know, like not really like you go to a museum to like, you know, probably learn a little bit about this history, especially if it's something like Vietnam or if it's like people who were prisoners of wars and stuff, but like people just don't seem to really pay attention to that kind of stuff with the like with the same degree of respect that you should give them. You know what I mean?
Now, I will say, out of context, sitting in a World War One fighter plane sounds really dope.
No, there was context though.
Okay.
I don't remember what he said in the video, but I think he had a good reason to be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I will just say that one is the only one I think I'd give an alibi to.
I probably have to go watch it again. I was listening to it on the side when I was doing other stuff, so maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure there is something else going on. Just that's the only one that I would be like, well, I mean, sitting in a World War One fighter plane, that does sound cool. Well, it depends how much you're fascinated by like planes and stuff. And I don't ever want to fly one, but they are cool to me. And Scully says, "It's me, Scully, here of nachos, and it is me, Dafter, with a missing wisdom tooth and pain." Here, I'm gonna turn up your audio a little bit.
Do they keep your tooth? Do you keep it? Where's your wisdom tooth?
No, it gets tossed out to the void.
Oh, I assume you could ask to keep it.
I didn't, but they don't let you. I know because when I got my first one removed in 2023, they said that they don't let me keep it, and I was like, damn, okay.
I guess.
Hey, military's property, not mine. At least for the years I'm in.
Why do they want your tooth? What the hell? DNA? What the hell's in there?
Probably not. Probably to make a clone of me for when I get out, because you know most people don't go to SEER school, so I need high quality clones.
Okay. I'm
making that up, but maybe.
Can't they just take a strand of your hair, or is there different properties?
I don't know. Genetics is not my area of expertise. Oh yeah, but so there's also like there was a field trip that was going on there, which I'm like, I get it that like this is like a historical, and especially if you're a local school, this is like a cool free field trip place, but it's also like, is this really the place you want to be bringing a bunch of 8-year-olds? Like how many of them do you really think are going to soak in this environment? Because literally when the pathway I was on like was merging with this group of kids, the group I was with, I literally started walking faster because I was like, I don't want to be near them. I was like, and this is before like I looked up in the roster to see if the people I knew were here. Like, I was just like, I'm not trying to be around these kids right now. Like that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like while I'm trying to pay my respects to these POWs and MIA people, which I don't know, because there's physically too many people at Arlington for me to pay my respects at every grave, and so for me it was just, if I noticed an MIA or a POW, and especially based on the years, if they're MIA, chances that they were POWs pretty decent, and that is what I can relate to the most from what I've been through. So like that's just my arbitrary reason for saying hi to who I did. And But just, yeah, the amount of people that were just walking by and, like, they weren't, like, laughing or crying or nothing, but they were just being just so noisy. It was just annoying to me. And, like, it just had nothing to do with the environment we were in. And it was just like, I don't know. Like, I didn't think I would care as much as I did, but then I did. And then, like, it's not even what I went there for, because everyone goes there for, like, a Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. But it was like, hey, you know, found out no one I know is here. Might as well go look at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, you know? And, like, I get there, like, everyone's, like, I'm standing off to the side, just standing there quietly and politely. And, like, everyone that's, like, up close to it is just sitting down. And then, like, the dude comes out for the change, and he's like, hey, like, he uses his proper terminology, but he's like, hey, out of respect, there will be no sitting during any of this. And then everyone looks confused, and they're like, oh, wait, I guess I should be standing. And everyone starts standing up. And then it's like, you know, I say respectfully, shut the hell up. It's like, because everyone's being just so passively noisy. It was just so annoying for me to just watch that. Luckily, you know, I mean, the dudes that work there, or they're stationed there, and that's all they do. They're obviously good at what they do. And, you know, they do their little ceremonial piece. And it's like, now, this is probably me being saltier than, like, than I should be, but it's just how I felt in the moment. Like, when the main part of the ceremony, or, like, the ceremonial bit started, like, it felt like everyone that was, like, sitting there chatting it up, like, they're like, oh, I gotta get as close as I can, take my phone out, and, like, shove my phone out there, and I gotta get all this recorded. And I'm just like, dude, this ceremony happens all the time. There's people on the sides with their professional cameras, and there's footage of this everywhere. You don't need to have your phone out right now. You can just stand there silently and respectfully, and just watch the exchange happen, and then just that's all this is. It's a somber moment. Shut the hell up.
Yeah,
And
just
I
soak
don't
this
know.
one in.
I
make
was
the
just
exception.
annoyed of how many people are like, this is the spectacle. I better take my phone out. And
Dude,
there was,
if I...
yeah.
Yeah, go on.
There was this like mom and dad that were like up by the thing, and they had two kids that were probably around the ages of like 10 to 13 that were like standing off to my right, because I intentionally didn't stand in front of everything. I just stood off to the side, because like I didn't need to be right there to pay my respects. And like the two parents kept looking back at their kids, like motioning for them to come over, and the kids were just not going over there, which is like whatever. And then the kids kept talking about like they're like, like I do care, like I get it, I respect it, it just doesn't matter. And but then like the mom starts walking over to bring them over, and like they're like, dude, like I wanted to hit every member, all four members of this family, like. Sure, the kids should have just not left their parents in the first place, should have just stood up there with them. But it's just like, look, they were shutting up and watching from a distance, and I wish they weren't talking at all, but it is what it is. But the parents, I'm like, dude, you guys kept, like, you shouldn't just be here to be like, yep, I'm gonna force my kids to watch this, and then we're gonna leave. It's just like, guys, you can shut up and just watch this event, this transition. You kids can, but I don't know, just the whole exchange, like, I wanted to slap every single member of that family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in a very army way. But a note, because obviously I'm there with my military bud and then his spouse, and like walking away, like we didn't say anything till we got away for a bit. Oh yeah, also when the exchange like ended for like the passing off of the rifle and all that, and like guarding the tomb and all that, like instantly, like everyone there started being super noisy, and like. And this is like something that my bud said, because it's my first time there. My bud said he'd never seen this before, like live, but like you see footage of it, of like the guard like literally does his movement, and it's like he said it in much more professional terms, but it's like, hey, everyone shut the hell up, like this isn't time for you to talk. And I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but yeah, because everyone started being super noisy, and then he did his part, everyone shut the hell up, and quickly walked away. And but yeah, while walking away, it was just like, and Nathan, this isn't like, after we got a ways away, it felt more appropriate to start talking. Me and my bud went over this of like, me and him, especially me, you already know I don't like the army. It is not a secret. It is not a secret I don't like the army. What?
There's not a whole there's not a whole lot to like when you're in it.
Yeah, 100%. And even after going here, I still don't like the army. But like, I didn't realize how much respect I have for it, I guess, or at least I have for at least this portion of the job. And it's just like, I don't know, like it's interesting how much me and him complain about this stuff and how much I complain about it and how much I hate it. But it's just like, just because I hate it doesn't mean you can't, when you're here, just shut up, be courteous, and just move on. And I don't know, it was just surprising, because usually in my brain I imagine the average civilian has more respect for the military than I do, because I hate the military. And this, you know, and respect, like, I mean, it's not in a mean way, but an ignorant civilian that probably think higher of the military than I do. And I think on average that's true, but maybe I'm just wrong, because all these people that are here, yeah, I don't know.
I gotta go. I feel like if I found that Northern Line video that I watched where he's talking about this, you'd be just nodding your head the whole time. I remember one point he said like what, I don't know what the hell he saw, but he was pushed to a point where he asked the question, do most people just not have the ability to have some introspection? Because they just were being so just noisy and disrespectful and just not paying attention to their surroundings, especially in this environment.
Yeah. No, this is something I didn't realize while I was there, but because I reached out to one of my buds that used to be in the 82nd with me, different unit, but just a friend. And I was like, hey, I went to Arlington for the first time today, and if I go back, is there anyone I should visit for you? And he told me the HKIA guys were there, or some of them. Oh, and he's gone to the void. We'll wait just a moment, boys and girls. We'll wait just a moment. We're trying to get this shiny. And I'll drink some water in the meantime to rehydrate myself.
Yummy.
Warm?
We're stalling because this Bunnelby is not a shiny. It is a useless Pokemon. It is not a shiny. Welcome back. Oh yeah, so I reached out to my bud and he lets me know that just next time I'm there, he thought some of the HKIA guys were there. And you might be like, what are HKIA? That is the excuse me, the airport in Afghanistan in 2021 where we did the pullout, and you know, the 13 service members lost their lives. And I looked it up, 3 of them are at Arlington. So, and I don't know the lore perfectly every time, because you know, I'm usually not going to graves cemeteries that often. And Nathan, you can let me know if you're familiar with this. The whole thing of like, depending how well you did or do not know someone, you leave a quarter or you leave a penny or something like that. Are you familiar with any of that?
No.
So usually, if you're just paying your respects but you don't know them, like you leave a penny. But if you were there when they died, or if you were in their unit or something like that, if you're a family member, like usually you leave a quarter. So I didn't have any coins on me. Oh. I didn't have any coins on me, so I didn't do much anywheres. And I did see at a couple of the graves there were rocks on top of them. So when I was paying my respects to some of the POW dudes, like I noticed there were pebbles on the ground that were like in the dirt, and I saw some on the other stuff, and I was like, it felt appropriate to leave a pebble up there as my being there, paying my respects. But if I go back, which I probably will sometime, howdy, Somber Tone Osvaldo, let me get through this, then we can go to jokes. So whenever I go back sometime, which I imagine I will eventually, I'll definitely bring a couple quarters, at least 3 for those 3 dudes, because even though we weren't in the exact same unit, we're both in the 80s, all 3 of us were in the 82nd, and that op, even though I obviously wasn't in Afghanistan with them when everything went down, all of the medical supplies that they had down there, which obviously didn't make its way to them, at least in a sufficient capacity, I was literally one of the key people working on that at the time. Never got credit for it, but I literally was helping to ship all that stuff out there for the 2021 pullout. So I believe that's close enough. So whenever, definitely before I leave this place, I'll go visit a cemetery sometime, and I'll find their graves, and I'll I'll put quarters on top, and then I think I might unironically bring a bag of pennies just to place on POW and MIA ones I see.
Yo,
But-
there's a 3-foot Laboon plushie.
That's great.
Isvaldo does. Hey, let's defend Isvaldo. He doesn't have context clues. And congrats on eating all your nachos, Scully. But yeah, I'll wrap it up for today. Yeah, yesterday wasn't a bad day at all. It's just a very somber day.
Yeah, which is fine. That's what the expectation
Yeah.
is when you go to a place like that.
But well, I didn't have any expectation. I was just there to see if I could find some of my buds. But I now have a different expectation now that I have been. But I will say that my tooth pain kept getting worse and worse, and it took forever. But I finally got them to give me some Oxy, because they didn't give me Oxy or Percocet. Like, they gave me 0 narcotics, just Tylenol and ibuprofen. So yesterday I took an Oxy. Today I'm on my second Oxy, and hopefully I only take only one more when I go to bed. And then hopefully I don't need them tomorrow, because today is supposed to be the worst day. And without any Oxy, I will say it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad this morning. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Artis Valdo, what is this 3-foot Laboon you found?
How much is it?
I don't think he's there anymore.
He's going
he
to.
is. He could
pick
be
it up.
muted. Yeah, he's like, I actually lied about the 3-foot Laboon. I was just saying it to say it.
It was clickbait.
I'm back.
Hello.
Yep. Isvaldo, how's that Laboon you found?
No, I sent the post to you guys.
Where?
Instagram.
Oh,
Wait, was it like Instagram? You said?
yeah. I don't feel like opening
Oh.
Instagram.
I'll
That's
open
bad.
it. I want to see the Laboon. I'm not keeping up with what you guys send me. I don't open it as much anymore.
That's what they all say.
Da, da, ba, ba, da, ba, da.
It's a big Laboon.
Okay. I'm sure
Yes,
I'll look
that
at it
is
before I
what
go
I
to
said.
bed.
I did say it was a big Laboon.
As I said, it was 3
It is a
feet.
very big Laboon. I want to be a big Laboon.
Yes, you do, bud. Yes, you do.
I do.
After today, I got woken up at 10 a.m. to do chores. And then, when I completed all of my chores, I finally got to eat at 3 p.m. And the family who I ate... Oh, not I ate. I thought family who I ate. That did not happen. Family who I hate came over. They're all annoying, sexist, and other things that I went out to get more food 2 hours later.
They sound great.
Mom looked at me and was like, leave food for everyone else. As if she didn't also eat the tacos and nachos. I literally only ate one more taco than her. 3 tacos. Welp. Scully. You will never win an argument with your mother. Not saying that she's right. I'm just saying you're never going to win the argument. And I think that transcends the laws of physics. I'm not sure if I've ever won a single discussion with my mother, which is why I've realized it is a pointless endeavor. And I always instantly fold when I realize it's about to go that way. Now you want to eat more just to spite her? Well, I mean, are you hungry or are you doing like it? Don't do anything that is not physiologically healthy for your body. If eating a taco was healthy, you have my seal of approval. If you are full and if the extra nutrition is not going to go to anything valuable in your systems, maybe hold off. That is my only prerogative.
What a word.
I know, it's a big word, right? Nathan, I had another new person join the server today. I don't know how often they'll be on, but...
Oh, cool. I only opened it for a little bit when it started working. Then I started playing Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Wait, you're playing Elden Ring?
Elden Ring.
Not Night Rain?
Yeah. Not. I'm playing a randomizer.
Oh.
It's very fun experiencing. The game.
And now you want, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna assume the frowny face means that you're not gonna eat another one. If you're hungry, send it. But if you're not hungry and if it's not gonna be good for you physiologically, then I would hold off. Because hurting yourself to get back at someone else is not worth it. Hurt them to get back at them. That's what you should do. But not if you won't win the fight. If your mom's stronger than you, I wouldn't fight her.
I don't think hurting your mother would be
Sometimes
in
about
any
the
way.
message, not about winning.
Yeah, but the message isn't worth it if you take too much damage out of it, you know?
That's true.
Bide your time for when... Here's... Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I know, well, you evil bastard. Yeah, you're just ignoring me. You're sleeping there. Yeah, I see your ear moving. You know I'm talking to you. You know I'm talking to you. Okay.
No one knows you're talking to her.
Yeah, my mouth hurts, but I must keep talking to exercise my jaw. So that way the muscles don't atrophy and I don't have worsen pain in the future. I can't wait to eat real food. I can't wait to eat chicken. I can't wait to cook a steak. When will the day come? I'm just pissed off since little seconds ago. I was woken up and yelled at to do the chores and then to watch the baby and to put away the groceries. Then, why haven't you done this, and this yet? Like, why do I have to do everything? It's not like I invited all these people. Well, it is because you are a resident of the house and you do not have human rights. And until you become an adult and you leave, this will realistically never change. And I understand the frustrations. I've definitely had them, my points. And unfortunately, I'm not sure I have a solution. It is easier to just suck up and knock it out, so that way you can go on to your own thing. But I realize it doesn't fix your frustrations. And I hope don't resort to making meth as a coping mechanism. It worked out for Walter Wright and Jesse Pinkman. Actually, it didn't work out. Jesse Pinkman had to flee, and his girlfriend died. He had to flee to Alaska. Mike died, and Walter died. So, you know what? It wasn't successful. Don't make meth regardless. It won't work out for you, probably. That's my advice. Find a coping mechanism that is within the bounds of the law. If you're gonna make meth, well, don't post it in my Discord, so that way I can claim negligence. I need to maintain my plausible. You're very anti-meth. That's good. Make menthols instead. I misplaced the gym bench. Can I get another?
Hey, Osvaldo.
Oh,
Hey, Osvaldo, the Resident Evil series is on a massive Steam sale. Like, a lot of the games are like 75% off.
yeah, too bad I'm not a very Resident Evil
You should go
person.
buy some. You should go buy some of them. You should go buy some of them. You should become a Resident Evil person.
You should go buy all the other Yakuza
I
games.
said I'm
Pay
not
them too.
gonna. I'm not taking that.
I'd
Enjoy
rather
your
just
naps,
go and
Scully.
at least try to beat Yakuza 0 before I go buy other ones.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like it's gonna go on sales pretty
You want
soon.
map?
You could
Okay.
get like 2 games for like $20.
I haven't even beaten Resident Yakuza 0.
You know what else you haven't beaten?
Your
Infinite
mom
Wealth.
got him.
I don't own that game. That game's still like I'm gonna wait until that game's like 90% off at this point.
You know what's crazy is that they is that if they took like a year off, they would make like
Get
a better
Resident.
storyline.
Wait. Scully says get Resident Evil Revelations.
I gotta go see what that one is. Hold on.
I have no idea. I'm just quoting them.
Do the residents
Meow,
are
meow,
the
meow,
evil
meow,
residents
meow, meow,
revealing
meow.
something to you? What does that entail?
What? I mean,
Oh,
that's
They
Resident
said
nice.
Evil-
to get
Resident Evil Revelations is a co-op Resident Evil game.
Oh,
God. Not another co-op.
This one might be more fun. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to do that. I was about to say me and Tyler, Iswaldo could do it as a stream game, but that would mean I need to play it.
We still need to do the Terraria thing, Philip.
I never initiated that. We still need to play Pokemon Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and do the same thing we did with the other Pokemon
To be
game.
honest, I don't really want to. I don't really feel like doing a Gen 1 game. I'll be honest.
Oh, you're such a poopy face. I played the demo of the second game with my friend, and we had so much fun. That's good. I'm glad. Keep having fun with your friends.
Awesome.
I need to turn my fan on. I'm getting toasty, but not toasty enough to put the AC on, because the AC temp below this point is too strong.
Ugh.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So, a One Piece episode came out today.
It did. Oh. Lads, are we gonna watch it?
Can.
Other than-
Certainly can.
We can? What is that implying?
Nothing's stopping us from not doing so.
Okay.
I can set it up. I just need a moment.
Before you set it up, let me be right back.
All right, I'll take my time. Oh, whoops, daisy.
When my Pokemons can evolve. Corbin can.
All right. Scully, what do you find so fun about Resident Evil? Because I do not necessarily have that same enjoyment level as you got going on with it.
I'll be honest, me neither.
I'm glad I beat the game though. That way I'm free. Left to right. Is this one gonna be a shiny? Oh no, it's not.
Oh, god damn it.
I don't know. I like the way they wrote the characters, and I want to see them prevail. All right. Superhero
Honestly, I
complex.
don't.
Yeah, I hate Leon. Not Leon. I
I-
hate
I-
Leon annoys me, but I really
Chris?
hate the damn president's daughter. She's a bastard, and I want her to die for all the suffering she put me through. What are you saying, bud?
Ada Wong is also kind of. Don't really care for her much.
She didn't. I mean, I guess I'm wrong. 'Cause she gave me a rocket launcher at the end. That's kind of clutch. But I don't feel like she did a lot for most of it. She was
Didn't really care much for Ada, really.
arbitrary blood. Fletchling, why aren't you a shiny? Okay. Are you a shiny? You are dot. Big L. My mouth hurts. I do not like that. Okay, drink a beverage. Only fix much, but we're trying to prevail through these tough, challenging times. Ugh. Da, 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 da. But yeah, that was all we did yesterday. Went to the anime thing, art expo, and then went to Arlington Cemetery. And then I came home and had a lot of mouth pain. Yeah, my nose is so itchy. Yep. I try to wipe myself down a little bit. See how I can help it out even a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh, damn it. Come on, come back to life. There we go. Damn it, why is everything so itchy?
What do you mean, why is everything so itchy? Like, you're itchy,
Everything
or?
is so itchy. I'm very itchy physiologically, and my skin is so scratchy. It wants to be scratched, and I don't know why.
You know, this is a very big assumption. Don't take any offense, but do your cats have fleas?
No, they don't. I check them
Well,
regularly for it.
That's one possibility out of the way.
I mean, I'll screen them again today, but I check them regularly because that's a big thing. That's not good if they get fleas.
Would you disown them if they have fleas?
No, I'd simply quarantine them and kill the fleas, and I'd give them anti-flea baths every day, and they would try to murder me every day. They would hate me because 2 years ago when I moved here, they got fleas, and I vacuumed every day several times over. I put the chemicals everywhere, and I gave them anti-flea baths and the flea meds, and eventually we killed everything, and they have not come back. And then I also had my apartment come in and put chemicals in everything, like all the crevices that kill this stuff. Not just fleas, just bugs in general. And I've never seen any signs of fleas since then.
Nice.
I gotta check my cats for fleas. 3 of them ran outside, and my mom keeps letting them in the backyard. I mean, it's fine to have outside cats, but you obviously gotta have higher flea chances. You just gotta give them meds.
You're in Missouri?
What? I don't think I said anything about Missouri. I gotta check my. Yeah.
I thought you said your mom was with you. You're with your mom right now.
No, my mom hasn't. They haven't moved to Missouri. They haven't even put the house up for sale. They're just talking about moving to Missouri. If they do sell the house, that's where they think they're gonna move. No, I'm sorry. I was reading. I should have said, to quote Scully, I gotta check my cats for fleas. The 3 of them ran out. 3 of them ran outside, and my mom keeps letting them in the backyard. And I'm saying that I think it's fine to let your cats go outside if they're outside cats. You just gotta give them like flea collars or all that type of jazz.
And keep them outside.
That's how my stepdad feels. He hates the cats being in the house.
Or like strap like a camera onto like its collar.
That's
Just, like,
funny.
you know,
I wonder what kind of
so
cameras
it's
they use for that
internet.
stuff. Because these have to be small cameras, right? Like, I wonder what cameras.
Yeah,
they use
it's
for
probably like one of those like 360 cameras.
That'd be funny. If I tried putting a collar on my cats, they would fight it so hard. Because I just let them be collarless. Because they just stay inside all day. They're naked. They're naked as they can be. Cats are invasive in California and kill a lot of native birds, so it's bad for them to be outside so much. I mean, that's a bird diff, you know? Like, a bird could fly and cats can't fly. So the fact that birds get murked by cats, honestly, birds' fault. I gotta be honest.
I'd be embarrassed if I was a bird.
Yeah, if you're a bird and you die to a cat, L. The cat's doing a good job thinning out the weak. Cats are an invasive species damn near everywhere in the world. I know in Hawaii they had a massive rat problem, so they released a ton of stray cats. And then the cats
And now
killed
they have a massive cat problem.
Yeah, but I would rather have the massive stray cat problem than a massive rat problem still. I'm still more okay with that. You know, you gotta trade one wrong for another wrong. I'd rather have a massive cat problem.
Horses are also an invasive species.
Horses?
Yeah.
To where?
To America.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hello, I'm better now.
Yeah.
Welcome
The,
back.
Europe,
You live by a
the
road?
Europeans.
I've had pet dogs die on roads that they weren't supposed to. I've never had a pet cat die on the road. Usually smarter than that.
Remember I told you guys that the mama cat of the kittens that she gave birth to here died? She got ran over.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
saddening. And then like months ago, I saw a dead cat on the road out here that made me want to go adopt another one. And I did go to a shelter to look. But those are straight. Those are pure stray cats.
Yeah, we don't want those here.
I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. Any human could die on the road. Roads are just, yeah. One of my cats, Finn, passed from being hit. I'm sorry. I lost one of my dogs to getting hit. Nathan, what pet animal or human being did you lose to getting hit by a car? Oh, Nathan is not even... He left. Except for Loki, who's the son of a stray I found. All your cats are strays, except Loki. He's the son of a stray, which is pretty much just a stray. I mean, two of my cats literally came from a box on the side of the road, and the other one was an accident litter that they needed someone to start taking them off their hands. So all of them are off the books, I can tell you that.
Books like they're illegal or something.
I mean, pretty much. Dude, when I got Asta and Noelle and I brought them to the vet, they're like, "Hey, what on the papers, like, because back then I didn't even have literally first thing I did with them, I brought them to the vet to get like health and wellness check, and I didn't have names for them yet. It was just Cat 1 and Cat 2, and they're like, "What are the genders?" I was like, "I don't know." And like I just saw the lady pick them up and like look at their asses, and it's like, okay, this is a boy, this is a girl, and I was like, I assumed, but because of the way they act, but I didn't check. And they're like, their names are Cat 1 and Cat 2, and I'm like, I haven't named them yet. And she's like, okay. Dracula, we got from my mom's boyfriend's That's like one of those jokes in a story that I heard from my friend's cousins, third cousin, second cousin, brother, sister. Dracula we got from my mom's boyfriend's coworker, but she was in such terrible condition that she was basically a stray. She was 12 weeks old and was as small as a 6-week-old. That is a baby cat. That is super duper duper small.
No, I'm not even sure if I really even properly registered my dog.
What do you mean? Like when your dog passed?
No, like just like when I got him, because I got him when he was a puppy, and I don't think I ever registered him.
I'm confused. I've never registered any of my pets.
Are we supposed to register pets?
No. I'm confused what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, are we supposed to register pets?
No. Or to clarify, you can get your pets chipped at a vet if you want, but only pets I've ever got from like a pound or something have ever been, or like from a whatever, have been already pre-chipped. I've never chipped any of my personal pets.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some random documents at a few vets for my cats getting like exams and like shots or whatever, but that's their only documentation. Doesn't exactly go anywhere. They just know there was a cat that arbitrarily has this name that was roughly this age that got this shot, and that's about it. Underweight, dehydrated, barely able to eat. They were feeding her dry food. She had a neurological condition. Oh yeah, baby cats, you need to give them wet food. And well, I mean, at 6 weeks old, I mean, I don't know if she still should be on milk at 6 weeks, but they could give her some more milk as well. You know, well.
Oh, milk never hit.
Fuck you, bastard. Yeah?
I think.
Well, don't you gotta be careful what kind of milk you give them? Is it fine to give them cow milk? I don't know. Isn't pasteurized cow milk bad for them? Don't they need unpasteurized? Well, I've never had kittens that little. I would definitely look this stuff up before I went through with any
I
of
think
it.
they give them like a special formula. Special cat formula.
I mean, that makes sense to me. A part of me still blames the person we got her from for her passing, but I know she was born with her sickness and Dorsey's couldn't handle the fighting it. Yeah, my first cat that was like just mine, Booed. I miss him every day. Not every day, but I still miss him. He was best cat I've ever owned, man. And I love my current cats, but he was the realest. I just feel like if they would have done some research, she would have been able to grow enough to have the energy to fight it. Maybe, but you can't change the past. We can only move forward with what happened. Honestly, I decided to play Pokemon because I wanted to do something that didn't involve me moving my mouth too much, and now I'm just talking left and right. But I also do need to talk to move my jaw so that way I'm getting good movement in it. So there's a fine balance. Today was very painful. Yeah, but it should be better starting tomorrow, I was told. Okay. I know I can't change it, but I will love and miss her every day. And that is very sweet of you. Okay. I wonder what Nathan's up to. He's been out and about.
Maybe he's washing the dishes.
He could be. Could be washing the dishes. Could be trying to perform necromancy on our dead pets.
Okay.
I doubt it, but it's possible.
Okay.
Osvaldo?
Hmm?
What is your least favorite thing that I do about me?
Hold on, I'm looking at this pattern from afar. I'm building another base in Minecraft.
Well, here, while you're thinking on it, let's see, Scully. Sometimes I like joking that my only Castlevania merch is Dracula's Ashes, because the box has her name engraved. I have the box with Bood's name engraved, and I also got a little paw print from him. And when I brought her when I brought him into the vet to let them deal with his ashes and his body, and they made the imprintement. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional and have trouble like leaving him because they laid him out on the table and all that. But I ended up sitting there with him, like, and it was like they were like closing, and like the staff was like, "Hey, like, you need to go," and I was like, "I'm sorry," and they're like, "No, it's okay," and like I was there petting him even though he was gone, and that was hard. He was a paw print too. I love it so much. Yeah, the clay. And yeah, and then they also gave me like a little card that had his like nose and paws as well. So like a physical like end like thing. I will say they definitely charged a lot of money, and I was like genuine. I was like, guys, they were trying to ask for like $100+ for like the ashes and all the stuff for like the cheapest option, and I was like, guys, I would have to like not eat food for like a couple of days. Like, I can't afford this. Why are you guys charging so much? You're just flash burning it and putting it in a box. And luckily, like the person saw me and they went talk to their boss and like, "Hey, how much can you pay?" I was like, $80, and they're like, "Okay, we'll take it." And I was in my mind, I'm like, "Thanks for helping me out, but also you guys are scummy for charging so much for this service. You're just taking advantage of emotionally distraught people." And most of them, I guess I'm lucky. I don't know if I'm lucky or if it's just a bad business model. But oh yeah, let's see. I was holding Dracula when she passed away. I know the eyes stayed open after death, but I never imagined it'd look like that. No, I get it. I was with Bood in his last moments, and I wished I could have done something, but and honestly, I got a little scared when he started dying, but I just was there with him and just did my best so we knew he wasn't alone when we went to the other side. And in his last moments, we were out on the balcony, and it was, I mean, as peaceful and comfortable as he can be in nature. And then I put him in a box. All right, Osvaldo, over to you. What is?
I don't even want to answer it after that, to be honest.
Oh, okay, Osvaldo, what's the best thing about me that you like? Doesn't mean it's a good thing. It doesn't mean I do good things, but just
your
what's
stubbornness.
Okay, you like that I'm stubborn. I'm just glad she doesn't have to have features anymore. I'm sorry we're being depressing, Taco. Nah, don't be sorry to him. He's a bully off screen. He's a bully off stream, I promise.
It's warranted though.
Being oh yeah, maybe sometimes. There is a small update to the Minecraft server that I'm happy with.
I've been trying to figure out what it was. To be honest.
It's on the UI page before you open up the server. Well, there's 2 changes, but that's one of them.
Oh, I did see some like Japanese letters.
That is not the change.
Oh, okay.
That's not it. That's not it. But you can ride Pokemon now. That's the other big change. I would like fun cat facts instead. Fun cat fact: Noelle is a bastard, and she deserves every bit of suffering she gets in this life. My cat Bessie, if you're getting dressed to go out, she'll follow you around and meow at you, try to convince you to stay with her. Bessie, needs to grow a pair and realize the world is pain.
Dog fact: every dog likes butt scratches.
Yeah.
Like, you know where their tail connects to their body, like on top of that.
On the
there's
back.
That's the spot they like. Apparently.
Yeah, you're right. They all like that. I've never seen one that doesn't. Human fact about dogs: if your dog is so small and you carry it around more than it walks in its lifespan, it is a failure of a dog, and you're a failure of a human being.
Okay.
Dude, I get so annoyed when I see people carrying their dogs, and not because, like, they're in, like, an inconvenient human traffic area and they want the dog not to be in the way of anything, because the dog is tired from walking, and it is just like, this animal was built to walk. That's its life. if it can't walk, it literally is useless as an animal. And it's so
If you
small.
get-
I don't see the cute factor in it, and it's also I don't see there's not a productive or a cute factor in it. It's all just stupid to me.
If you get a French bulldog or a pug, you're that's.
Bulldogs
Oh.
aren't that small though. They're usually pretty big, aren't they?
I know, but I've said French bulldogs, like the ones that have like so many health problems. And I guess pugs also have a lot of health problems. Like I get it, they're small and cute, but like
Oh yeah, the reason they
like
have
the
health
health
problems is because
problems.
of the inbreeding, right?
they're bred to like have health problems.
Yeah, that's really screwy. Inbreeding is
Yeah,
bad.
the French suck, bro.
Yeah,
they
the
gave us
French
the
do
dogs
suck.
and they're like,
Let's see. Bessie is also a dwarf and very shy, so she only likes humans on this planet. 2 humans. The only time I've carried a dog while I had one is if there was another bigger dog around. And that's different. That's the situation dependent. Or with my girl, Star, I'd rather pick her up and put her on the couch or bed because she was older than me.
if
I
you
will
put a
say,
dog
like,
in
the
a
only...
bed, yeah,
What?
dogs do not belong on human beds. That's all I
Met
gotta say.
TC. Met TC is my answer. Some dogs no, some dogs I have fond memories of them sleeping in bed with me, and I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. But you are right overall. But I mean Met TC. But I will say, my old dog, my old dog Coco. The only times I'd pick him up is because he was a bastard that I'd have to chase him for miles. And then I'd pick him up just so he couldn't run away from me. But that was because he was young and I was bad at training him. But I did train him, and then he died not too many months later, like 2 months later, and I was very sad. And yeah. I wonder how many Pokemon encounters I made today. Because I know overall, before today, I've definitely had a couple hundred encounters and always no shiny. But this is where they go from about 8,000 out of 4,000. And I just know out of 4,000 encounters, one of them should be shiny. So will it be on the closer end of 4,000 or the sooner end of 4,000? No way, bro. Can skate better blind than I can skate with all my working parts. This is true. He can skate better than me too. That's one of the few YouTube videos I saw that I was like, this is so cool and wholesome. I gotta share it.
I've seen that dude before. Oh my god, yeah,
I've also seen him
I've seen
before.
that dude before. Yeah,
But that video specifically, I was like, that's so wholesome.
you know, it's weird that blind people also drive.
What?
Yeah, blind people drive. I don't know
Car?
how it works, but yeah, they drive cars.
That can't be legal.
Trust me, I worked with a guy who on a forklift who was deaf, like fully deaf. He couldn't speak either, and he couldn't hear.
You
And he just did his job better than like most people on a forklift.
it probably helps that he wasn't distracted by anything else.
I guess.
There's gotta be more details going on, because if you can't see, I don't think you should be allowed to drive a car on an open road. Mostly,
I mean, I'm sure.
there's gotta be other factors going on that are not.
I'm sure they have like a person that like instructs them how to drive.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you can learn how to drive, and I'm sure there's special places that you can drive, but not on the open road. Yeah, not the fully blind. They're probably like the partial blindness. I hear what you're there's legally blind and then there's blind.
I don't
I've
know.
only had 2 dogs ever. One when I was 4, it ran away, and then Star, who was my great grandma's. Star was like 20 years old, I think. Corgi Chihuahua mix.
Oh,
They're probably not fully
Hello.
blind, legally blonde. Of course, legally blonde. That's what they were, weren't they? Nathan, what's your favorite thing about me?
wait, what?
What's your favorite thing about me?
About you?
Yeah.
I like our talks. I like talking to you.
So you
Is
just
that
like
too vague?
you I mean, it's weird, but is Valdo's
Is
favorite
it
thing?
weird?
I mean, yeah.
Is it that weird?
Yeah. The fact that you like talking to me.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like? Isn't that like one of the foundations of
Or
socializing?
friendship.
I mean, it
No,
is, but I can call you weird for it.
It's weird to enjoy talking to someone.
No, I
no,
just
I
think
feel like
that
the
the fact
talks
that's
I
your
have
favorite
with-
thing about me is. Oh, sorry. This is what I.
I feel like the talks I have with Philip, I lose more brain cells. To be honest,
Yeah. I don't feel that way.
Maybe different. Maybe we have different talks though.
Yes, you guys have very different talks.
Yeah, I just get pissy of Osvaldo, because we're both stubborn in different ways. Osvaldo likes how stubborn I am, which I found interesting.
That's like
Uh,
my least favorite part about you.
I will
depending
say-
on the context.
I know, I'm surprised he said that answer. I will say, at first I told Osvaldo to say his least favorite thing about me, but then we started talking about dead pets, me and Scully, and then Osvaldo's like, I don't want to be mean right now, and I was like, alright, and that's why I changed it to a good thing.
Yeah.
But Nathan, you weren't here for any of that, so what's your least favorite thing about me?
Yeah, my least favorite thing about you? I mean, I think your stubbornness on the context. I think so.
Okay, so context dependent, you don't like my stubbornness.
Yeah.
But Osvaldo likes my stubbornness, so I guess I'll have to meet in the middle and just not change. Screw both
makes
of
you
you.
more. It makes you more predictable, to be honest.
I will be stubborn.
No, just your stubbornness.
Let's see. For Scully, that was so nice, not weird. My favorite thing about Dafter is that you're so welcoming to new people, and I think it's that's so considerate and nice. Okay, Scully, you gotta follow it up. What's your least favorite thing? You can't just be, you can't be one-angled in this chat. You gotta give me some violence.
He watches anime. That's my least favorite thing about him.
He supports
Scully, if your next
fairy
message
tale.
is not an insult or something that you do not like about me, you're gonna get a 30-minute timeout.
Wow.
Oh, Nelly.
I know.
I think we found something we don't like about you.
My abusive authority in my Twitch chat,
He goes crazy with power.
obviously. It's not like I hate it when people go to prayers for me. My least favorite. Sometimes I don't think you rest enough when working out, and it scares me. That I don't think that counts. You're telling me that I work too hard. My least favorite is sometimes I don't think you rest enough when working out, and it
I think they're
scares me.
saying you overwork
That means you're worried
yourself.
for my safety. I don't. That's not something that you.
They're worried that you lack safety to yourself. Towards yourself.
Is that something that I don't?
It could mean that like you're reckless.
Scully, I'm gonna whatever you say next is gonna be a very important detail. My least favorite about you is that you don't care about your safety enough. Okay, I'll take that. I mean, I did volunteer to jump out of planes for the military, so it's not exactly wrong. And then, I mean, you guys already know my time without food and all that goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly a safe environment. I did not feel comforted in that environment, I will say that.
They weren't striving for that.
They were not. It was not a warm, comforting, welcoming environment. It was very much everything that was not that.
They need to work on that. They gotta like have some donuts or something on the table of pizza.
They actually said not to eat donuts and a pizza immediately afterward because like they didn't want it to shock our systems.
That's very crazy. That's a thing.
Yeah, they're like, you gotta eat food very carefully after this, like after you go so long without any food and burning so
Yeah,
much.
your stomach shrivels up for quite a
did.
bit without.
It took me almost
proper
2 months to
food.
get back to eating full-size meals again
Why is the stomach shrivel?
because it's not being
shuts
used.
off. Yeah, like when you're in a survival situation, your body will shut down any systems in its body that are not useful in the current situation you are right now. So that would mean reproductive organs, I guess your parts of your stomach, your parts of your immune system,
and also the fact that you're not eating food, the stomach's not getting used, so it doesn't need to waste energy with it. But now that you've got your wisdom tooth pulled out, you have to take time to rest. Mwah, ha, ha. We'll have to go back to work tomorrow, Scully, so get dunked on. Ha. That's what happened to me after I got pneumonia. That's why oh yeah, your cycle skipped. You couldn't eat anything. Damn.
It's pretty crazy that the body is able to do that. It's probably a very good thing it can do that.
Oh god, oh shit.
I'm gonna go take some, not Oxy, but I'm gonna go take more of my other pain meds because it's starting to annoy me a lot right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna run an ad break for everybody. I'll be right back.
Okay, I caught it on time. Whew. Okay.
Scuba, Taco, can you hear me?
Why do you want me to play the RE series?
Because it's one of my favorite franchises in the world. I want more RE games. They're the type of game I want more of, and the only game I've really found that's like it is Dead Space, because Dead Space was directly inspired by Resident Evil 4. There's not a whole lot of games that play like them. And
like
I understand...
like a shooter management kind of
yeah,
game?
Resource management, exploration, horror, shooter. Like, there's not a whole lot of games that do it the way Resident Evil does it.
You can try to play the Outlast Trials. Or Outlast, I guess.
I was gonna play those. I don't think those are shooters, right?
Yeah, no, they're not shooters.
Actually, I'm not sure if they're resource management either. Aren't they just like first-person horror games?
I thought there was some kind of resource management involved.
I'm pretty sure Trials has resource management, but it's not an FPS, which I do enjoy in the Resident Evil games. I like having all the different weapons and upgrading them, and finding different ammunitions and figuring out like what works good with what. It is fun. I like it. I know Resident Evil 5 was maybe not the best introduction, but trust me, every other game will blow that one out of the water by like a billion. My favorite games, Resident Evil 4 Remake is probably top. Resident Evil 8 Village is probably no. Resident Evil 2 Remake is probably second, and Resident Evil 8 is probably third. So that's the order I would recommend them in. If you want like a pure scary one, you'd probably want to play 2. That one has the most probably like spook factor to it.
Nah.
They're all like $8 or something right now.
I'd rather go back. I'd rather play Devil May Cry 2.
Wait, where you play Devil May Cry 5?
No.
Oh,
I haven't even started that.
Oh, okay. Don't you play 2 for a little bit, but like that one I heard is like really boring and easy and bad.
I'm back.
Hello. I think in Resident Evil 2 you can just spam the guns and like win. It's button masher in the most like literal definition.
I
Scully
know that.
said, Scuba Taco, can you hear me? A way on
no.
can't. Fine, I'll just dance and no one can no one can stop me. Then you run out of dances.
Oh yeah, I didn't have the Twitch open.
Yeah, me
I'm pretty
neither.
sure a new Resident Evil is coming out soon. I saw it on a Summer Game Fest.
Next year, February, I think it is. Yep, and I'm very, very excited for that one.
Oh, Nathan, did you see the next Yakuza game I sent you?
Wait, is another one coming out?
Nope. Yeah, they put the thing in general for my server. Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Yeah, that one's gonna rock. New Yakuza. Is this?
I sent it to you in, via Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm watching it right now. What's that one? Project Sentry. Is that one still being made? That one takes
I have
place
no
in, like,
idea.
I forget what time period, like 1300s Japan or some shit. I don't remember. it may have been even farther back.
This one seems
it's-
more interesting.
I want to see Project Sentry more, but yeah, this one looks cool as hell too. Is Ichiban like the new definitive protagonist? Because there's usually multiple protagonists.
No.
No?
I guess yeah. I guess he is the new kind of like main protagonist now. But I'm not sure. Well, I'd have to play. We'd have to play Infinite Wealth to find out. To be honest.
Yeah, I still haven't touched that.
Because Kiryu's like 60 or 50 something years old.
he's getting there.
Dude, someone my server's popping off right now. Oh, Joe wants us to play FNAF games. I don't like FNAF games though.
I kind of want to play Deltarune. I don't know. This might be the next game I play. I'll see if I bother getting it.
I've been having a blast with Expedition 33.
With what?
Expedition 33.
Oh, that's good to hear. Hopefully you keep enjoying it, because RPGs are long, and if you enjoy all of it, then hey, big game.
I've played Like a Dragon. I know what I'm getting myself into.
I really wish I could refund Metaphor.
It's the location, you gotta touch the books.
I just wish Like a Dragon would take like a couple years off so they can improve the writing.
Is it bad? Or like
every retrospectively, like if we take all of it, like, you know, and look back on it, like, yeah, it's kind of bad.
Fuck.
Like, how many times is
Wait, which one though? Which one
are you gonna come back to right the wrongs of the Yakuza, even though he's a civilian now?
They don't deserve being righted. The Yakuza, they'll be fucking fine.
And like, why are there like secret agents now? You know,
The Renos.
These are all like plot points I don't know anything about.
exactly.
Are they in Infinite Wealth, or are they in Man Who Forgot His Name?
Man Who Forgot His Name.
Yeah.
Friendos.
I wonder how scary Resident Evil 9 will be, because Resident Evil 8 was... It was fine. It had the baby section, which was fucking horrifying, but outside of that, I think the game was very tame. Resident Evil 7 tried to be a bit more consistently spooky. Resident Evil 4 wasn't scary, like, at all.
Mhm.
Except for the Regenerators. Those guys are pretty scary.
I like games that don't hold back, like in Like a Dragon, they didn't really hold back on, like, you know, the killing and like the torture and like all the depressing stuff.
Man, yeah, I know what you mean for sure. I'm trying to figure out how to compare it to a Resident Evil series. Resident Evil 2 Like-
It doesn't compare. It's two different things.
No, I'm trying to say when it comes to holding back, though. Not like the gameplay or anything like that. Resident Evil 2 likes to throw... Yeah, Resident Evil... Okay, so Resident Evil 2 will introduce a new enemy at, like, inconvenient times. I think... And the way that it'll work is that you keep running through, like, the same area, and it slowly changes over time, right? That's one chunk of the game. And a lot of it is these things lining up very unfortunately for you. So you go into a room, there's an enemy there, and he's super threatening, but there's another enemy chasing you, so you have to figure out quick, do I run down this hall and get hit? Do I figure out, like, use a flashbang or like a grenade? Like, what do I do, right? You have to be really quick with your thinking. So the game doesn't hold back in that way. I don't know. All I'm saying is the Resident Evil games are real cheap right now, and they're absolutely worth the money.
Mm.
I'll jump in. He did not.
Oh, I did not see this this stream. All right, hold on. Let me go to the bathroom.
I wish I didn't buy all the Resident Evil games, all the recent ones, so I could buy them all right now and play them back to back and experience them for the 1st
Don't
time.
want
for
to
cheap.
play them.
You don't buy them.
Oh. In the meantime, while we're waiting.
Resident Evil what? Are you watching? I could hear whatever you're listening to, Philip.
Oh yeah, but that's only because I'm streaming through Discord. Stream can't hear it.
Okay.
Okay, let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to
Nope, not doing
rumble.
Why do you want to rumble? I don't want to rumble.
Rumble ball.
We
It worked out for
rumbling.
Chopper, dude. If look how big Chopper gets when he takes a rumble ball. How big will I get when I take a rumble ball?
Your head would
Not that big.
explode.
I'm okay with that ending.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello, Nolan.
Hello.
Hello. One Piece.
Yes.
Yes.
We watched One Piece. It's a very sad episode.
Should
Ah,
we restart
this
the
one's gonna make
episode?
me giggle. No, you good. I
Yeah.
already watch.
Oh, you're a bastard.